Hello, everyone. Welcome to the gathering at the Cosmic Fire Summit, where we have invited shamanic earth-based healers, teachers, thought leaders, and allies to light the way into our future. And during these times of great transformation, it is important for each one of us to find our own courageous solutions for the problems of today's world. Around the cosmic fire, wisdom and medicine will be shared for creating holistic health and well-being, harmonious living, real sustainability, and the potential for both personal and global change. The gathering at the Cosmic Fire Summit is brought to you by Shamans Directory, an online global platform for shamanic earth-based services. At Shamans Directory, we believe that it is time to bring shamanic earth-based wisdom and medicine to the forefront of people's minds when considering their overall health and well-being and the future of our planet. I am Mayumi Beckers, and I'm one of the hosts at the Cosmic Fire, and I'm very delighted to invite and welcome Ahamkara. Hi, Ahamkara. Welcome.
Oh,
Thank you for being here.
nice to see you and meet you
Nice to
here.
see you. Great. And for those of you who don't know Ahamkara, I'm going to take a moment to let you know a little bit more about him and his work. Ahamkara is a traditional and highly respected Siberian shaman and healer. He comes from the Altai Mountains of Russia, where he lives and runs a healing center. His knowledge has been directly acquired from Siberian indigenous people. For the past 20 years, he has been offering a variety of teaching programs to individuals and groups. His classes are aimed at improving health, personal development, and finding one's path. His summers are spent at Zivo, the healing center that he created in the Siberian forest. And in winters, he travels, offering seminars in various countries in Europe. His biggest goal is to offer healing to the world by helping people to heal their souls and bodies. And the main focus of his healing practice is to restore the harmonious functioning of internal organs to rid his clients of chronic diseases, using methods based on the authentic, ancient, and holy knowledge of his ancestors who lived in harmony with nature. The topic for conversation today is physical and spiritual health. So great to have you here.
Thank you for introducing me.
You're very welcome. So to start, I would imagine that most of the world knows very little about Siberian shamanism. So could you share something about that, please?
Yeah, it's quite a difference between Siberian shamanism and, let's say, shamanism from other countries, because I used to travel around Europe mainly, and in Europe we have many different festivals, workshops, together with other shamans. And I would say that the basement is the same, like shamans connect to the spirits, only the names of the spirits, of course, different. But the basic basement of shamanism and all cultures is similar. And what is special about Siberia, that Siberian people, they like very close to nature. We live in the nature. Even now in Siberia, there's not so many people living, huge land, but lack of people, let's say like that, compared to Europe, for example. And because of that, of course, people very much get in touch with the nature spirits, with the animals. And we used to connect to the spirits of the plants, spirits of the animals. We use a lot of different herbal medicine for the healing as well. And because people used to live in communities, and they need to find a way to stay healthy, to take care of them health condition, and there was not an option to, like, now there's hospitals, doctors where you can go and check and get some help. People creating their own system how to stay healthy, how to prevent illnesses, how to healing themselves and that small community what they have. And shamans, first of all, in Siberia, they are healers. It's like most of the people, when they have problem and doctors cannot help, they think about the shaman, because shaman is the person who can help to heal. But originally, shamans is not only healers; they also people, wise people who help to find the way, help to find the solution. What for the moment many psychotherapists work, for example, shamans also did the same kind of job, like guidance, help people to find the way. And people come for advice also, like if they need to do something, they come for advice, and also for blessing, because it's very important to have a blessing if you do something new, if you cannot make a decision, if you're not sure, and if you get blessing of the shaman, it's completely different when you don't have a blessing. Yeah, it's like blessing is a certain kind of impulse and energy what help you to get through the like obstacles and get the result. Yeah, that's how I can describe the work of the shaman. But main thing what we do, it's as I say, healing work with the plants, with the massage of the body, of the organs, eternal organs. That's one of my main specialty. And we do ceremonies, rituals, but ceremonies, rituals, all the other shamans from other traditions do. And of course, we have our specific ceremonies, Siberian ceremonies, which is a bit maybe different than another tradition, but it's also very powerful. And most of the time we use drum for the ceremonies because in Siberian culture, the drum is quite important instrument.
Very fascinating. Thank you. And I'm sure, yeah, there's a lot of similarities across the globe in terms of shamanism. And I also read something, there was also quite a similarity with North American shamanism and Siberian shamanism. Um, is there something that you can tell us something about that? Is it something to do with the hunters of the past that was related to this sort of way of living and being in more alignment with nature?
Yeah, that's true. Even there was several years ago, maybe about 10 years ago, I make like an expedition to the center of Siberia. We call it like expedition to center of Siberia. And with me travel my friend, it's a North American shaman, and we travel together. And he traveled with me because he had a call from his childhood. He had a call that his ancestors also living in Siberia. He got the vision, he got the call, and he say, once in my life I have to travel there and make ceremonies and make connection with my ancestors from Siberia. And when we travel, he find out that some tribes in the north part of Siberia, they speaking very similar as his tribe, yeah, from California. And it's not the same words, but it was the same kind of way of pronunciation, like a kind of melody of the language. And he recognized that, and also he recognized the connection that his blood, like blood ancestors, came from Siberia and someday, and then they went through Kamchatka, Alaska to the North America, South America later. And right after this travel, we also read the article from the DNA test, and the DNA test tell exactly what he see in his visions about that movement, immigration of people, like many years ago. Yeah, and it's also say that North American tribes have the same DNA that from Siberian people, Siberian tribes, and that show that yeah, the history is quite old, and not everything we know about history, because that's what we never learn in historical books, for example. But many things you can get through the dreamings, because like with him, some of ancestors is calling him, and then he just come and did ceremonies. It was really incredible travel. It was like everything being created by the spirits on our way. We didn't plan anything. It just everything happened when we was there. That was really impressive. And
Wow, beautiful. Yeah. Great to hear that. So I'm also very curious, like, if you could share something about how you came onto this path of shamanism yourself.
Yeah, that was quite a story. From my early age, I was always curious about spirituality. Yeah, like my mother was very curious about that too. And it was the end of the Soviet Union. When I was born, in Soviet Union, but when I was a teenager, it's already been end, and I actually living like in the period of change. It was a quite big change. In the Soviet time, was everything is kind of limited. You was not allowed to do some spiritual things so much. And then when it's finished, it was like all get open. The shamans, which has been suppressed during the Soviet time, they can get from underground. And I was a teenager at that time, and I begin to very interesting about that. And I was searching many different ways, and only when I met my shaman teacher, then I recognized my path, and I really get like kind of my feelings, my intuition tell me, okay, that's your way. Yeah? And then from that moment, I never change my way. If I try to do something else, not shamanism, but something else in my life, it doesn't work. Yeah, it never work. Any business or something what I try to do with my father or with myself, it was not really working because spirits like really want me to go that path. Yeah, and for the moment, yeah, I'm definitely sure that is my path, and I just follow it. And as you introduce me, my main kind of task is helping people with healing, body healing, soul healing, and that's what I do right now.
Yeah, you've been on this path for a long time, so I'm sure Spirit is definitely calling you to stay on this path and bring all this healing into the world. So thank you for sharing that. And I also want to mention something because when I first read about your work, there was also mention about the great spirits of Altai shamanism. Can you tell us how your work with these spirits guides and support you in your practice?
Yeah, in Siberia and Altai, we have four big spirits. That's the main kind of, it's all the philosophy of Altai shamanism based on connection with these four spirits. First spirit is Erlik, spirit of underworld. And if we need to do some transformation, cleansing, change, we call that spirit. Yeah, and the spirit is like helping us to let go. Actually, that's what really necessary for this time, because we're living in a time of transformation. With the corona time, it also was quite in the air to change, to transform, not only change in the physical reality, but also change the mind. Also in a traditional way, we say like we're living in the moment of changing the big like eras. Was a fox time, now is a wolf time, and we're right now in that moment of change. Yeah, and every change is about to let go, and it's the most difficult part to let go, because we sometimes stick to the old things. And I remember one of wise men, when I talk with him, he say, why we holding that past? And he said the past is like a the rotten bone, yeah, which is smelly and not nice, but people still holding it instead of just let it go and embrace all the world. And I remember that how he said that, and yeah, sometimes it helped me also to let go of things. And that's what I teach, and Erlik is helping us. Another spirit is Umai. Umai is Mother Earth in Altai. It's also like a spirit of nature, spirit of present, be here now, yeah, and about love, about protection, about being safe, yeah. that's what also people missing these days, because the time and rhythm of life is going so fast. Then many people losing that feelings that they are safe. They are running and running, and they forget to enjoy what they have. And that's what Huma is teaching us: how to be safe, how to enjoy, how to be in a positive energy, caring about nature, caring about people around you. That's a very important wisdom, and this big spirit helping us to be happy actually in life. Because you can have many things, but you cannot be happy, because to have is not enough. You also need to be thankfulness, like thankful for what you have, and that's what connection with Uma is giving us. Yeah? And the third spirit is spirit of the sky, Ulgin. It's a spirit who help us to attract new things for life. Yeah? If you don't have something and you're looking for that, like bring dreams come true, we can say like that. Ulgin is a spirit who help us. And if we need something new, we call the Ulgin. That's the way, and that's the important spirit. And there's a lot of, I'll say, ways to get in touch with that spirit, yeah, because most of the time people don't know how to connect to the spirit, and for that reason they have difficulties to bring them dreams come true. And the last spirit is a spirit of Tengri. We say it's a high spirit. It's a spirit like a big creator who creates all universe. And Tengri, it's like, yeah, in maybe other tradition they call him God. We call him Tengri, creator or observer. Yeah, the one who create and observe what happened, because observing is also important part of the universe. And yeah, this is very shortly about for spirits. And of course, we connect them through the ceremonies, because for every spirit we have different ceremonies to get in touch. And many ceremonies you can integrate to your daily life. And that's what I also teach people, not only make like big ceremonies and once in a while to perform that, but my vision that we have to integrate shamanism to our life, like do daily simple things to connect to the spirits. For example, with Uma, you simply can think positive about other people, and that will be connection with Uma. Or you can be thankful for what you have, it also can be connection with Uma, something like that.
Thank you. There's definitely a lot of similarities, but it's really beautifully explained how these four levels of spirits work in your tradition. I also, really thought it was very great to hear about this fox and wolf era. It's something new that I also haven't heard about, so it's all definitely new information for me. Is there anything that you can tell about these changes of the era that is related to these spirit animals?
Yeah, I can tell a little bit. It's like a Siberian calendar, and that calendar have also periods of time. I think it's about 1,600 years, something like that. It's like a long period, and every period there's a shifting some totem. Yeah, and they say that fox time, it was the most heavy time, like in that calendar. Yeah, it's like a bottom, you can say. It was like really the most heavy period what humans went through. Not only humans, but all the earth went through. And main quality of the time was manipulation. People manipulate each other. It's a slavery time, for example. It's also a time when people abuse each other, yeah, a lot. There was happened a lot of abuse, a lot of wars, yeah, a lot of fights, battles, yeah, and yeah, it's like really heavy time. And one of the main thing about that time, it's a lie. people lie to each other, and they lie really a lot. That's maybe why the fox, because fox in Siberian vision a little bit the spirit who can be like a little bit sneaky and manipulating, also lying. And the thing is that at that time was not possible to recognize where the lie is and where is the truth. It means that between truth and lie it was hard to see the difference. And when we came now from 2012, that was a moment of shift. Actually, we already 11 years living in the new time, but 11 is very small. It's just like a beginning. And from that time, the lie become more visible. It means now people can more easily recognize where the lie and where is the truth. And for that reason, many politicians, for example, have troubles because before they used to lie and everyone believed them. But these days, if you look at television, sometimes you can see some politician and you can sense that. Is it he telling the truth or is it the politician telling the lie? It's like a kind of a test, yeah? And of course, it's not only about politicians, it's about everyone, yeah? We all living together, and sometimes people lie to each other still, and it's much more easy to recognize lie these days. Maybe not for everyone, but amount of people who can see the lie is changed, because the wolf time, it's a time to be honest, it's a time to honesty is the time of the wolf, and to be independent, like foxes be depend manipulation, and the wolf is opposite, like to be independent, like to be free. And that's why we are going to change. And I think the project at Shaman Directory is also helping that process to bring us to that new time of the wolf and make that changes, that people become more free in the head, and also free in the body. Because, for example, if you take illnesses, it's also limited us, illnesses like blocking us, because if you're sick, you cannot do much, you're just struggling with illness. And the same with the addictions, attachments, like people when they only addicted of one vision of one thing, and then they just stuck there and they cannot see anything else around. And that's a wolf time help us to find that freedom.
Very beautiful. I also learned maybe from another tradition, the Indian tradition, that the fox also stands for intuition. So maybe that's
Yeah, of
also
course. Yeah,
helping
fox.
us to
Maybe
see through.
after
Yeah.
this, maybe people start to think that fox is just only like a negative energy carrier. No, of course, fox. If you take it as a totem, it also have a lot of power. We say also fox is standing for the sexual energy, and also standing for like more the female energy too. And it's not only like negative. But if you look, for example, old fairy tales, often fox is sneaky and manipulating of other animals, for example, in the forest. Yeah, it's like the one who bring that kind of energy to.
Yeah, a great teacher also. Yeah.
Of course,
Thank
yeah.
you. So I'm also very curious, like after you sharing and also about your path, like how did you start working with internal organs that it has become one of your focus also in your practice?
Yes, it's true. It was another great meeting with another teacher of mine. He is he's a doctor, but he went to the situation that he had to learn from traditional Siberian female healer, because he was like a sport doctor, and then he have like a football club, and he take care of that people who play in that club. And once they get some trouble with one of the football player, and then they have to go to the operation to the hospital. It was a problem with knee, and And on the way, they say, oh, there's like healer is living, the female healer. Let's visit her because it's anyway on the way, and maybe she will look and check, maybe there was something. And then when they went to her, she can manage to heal his knee just in a couple of hours. She just find a very simple way, and then he was impressed how she worked, and then he stayed with her for some more days, and she showed him that old traditional system of organ healings. Yeah? And he was also very impressed because he also began to kind of interest in through the his own way, medical way about that. And then she showed him that system, yeah. And then he recognized that system, how that system work. And then from that moment, he combined all that wisdom of the healers, traditional healers from Siberia, and also his medical knowledge, and he make it together like a system which is not only based on the healing way, but also on medical way too. And yeah, he created quite a big school, and it's well known in Siberia and Russia. And I learned from him. Yeah, I was learning several years from him, and I was also impressed when I started to use that wisdom for my patients. As he always say, like there's the problem with the system that people become healthy too fast. Yeah. And another thing that you have to work very hard. Yeah. Because it's not simply you have to understand what you do, but you also have to work with your hands. Like it's quite a job also, because sometimes you need to treat like several patients for several hours a day, and that's cost some energy, of course. But the system is great, and I thank you, spirits, that they create that opportunity for me to learn from my teacher. It's another teacher, and yeah, for already many years I'm using that, and now also teaching other people. Because my opinion, that's the wisdom what supposed to know everyone, because it's like you have some how to box with medicine in the house. Everyone has something, yeah. Like, but this is also in your hands, yeah. That means if you have something, you can always use it for your family members or for yourself. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Great. Yeah, I had also the privilege to study with you, and I experienced as well, like how you're so very clear and explanatory in your teachings. And I wonder, because you also stress a lot about this, yeah, stress basically of the body and the mind. And I wonder if you could share something about that as well.
Yeah, that's a good question, because actually exactly what happened, we talk about the big transformation, and uh, for many people it's very stressful to live in the rhythm of life. One thing that everything go faster. It means everything need to be done faster in life. It's cause stress, of course. Second, we separated from nature, like we have much less connection with nature than our ancestors. Yeah, that's two. And of course, it's food, what we eat, ecology, like water and air. And in the combination of all of it, we come to the point that people get more stress. And actually, many people busy with the food now. These days, it's very popular, different diets, different food system. And food is give a huge influence to our health condition. But the biggest influence is giving negative emotions, like stress and like fear. And if you look in the percentage, like uh, in my opinion, about 70-30% is negative emotions, and only 20-30% it's a food. Yeah. And for that reason, if you change food, of course, your health will be improved. But if you change your emotions, that's improve like twice. Yeah. For that reason, we need to find a way how to improve that, how to release the stress. One way, it's a way of like psychotherapy, like you focus about the problem and you explain yourself, okay, that's not necessary to be stressed, everything is okay, yeah, find some solution. And in a system of eternal organs, we can release the stress which is already in the body through our organs, because in our belief, it's not a belief, it's like more knowing it already, because when you see the examples of people, like from the course, maybe you remember one woman sharing that when she started massaging her liver, she became very angry, and nobody see her as an angry person. Like anger, it's like not part of her life. Yeah, she's very sweet and very nice always, but when she massaged her liver, she began to be angry and angry, and it was like 2-3 weeks she was very angry. And it's mean that the anger was like suppressed in her liver, and she cannot release that in normal life, yeah, and it stay there. And if that negative energy, negative emotions stay there for a long time, it start to destroy you from inside. And that's why so many people have cancer, so many people have chronic diseases, because they just suppress those negative emotions, and then they doubt why I get negative like test for cancer, for example. For that reason, we release that negative emotions like stress, fear, anger, sadness out of the organs with the massage. It's much easier to release them with massage than to go to psychotherapy, because I know some people who go into psychotherapy like years, and of course they get some progression, but sometimes the same progression you can get just in 1 week working with your organs, yeah. And in my view, of course, the best to combine, go this and go that and go everywhere, and that will be the best. But that system really incredibly fast can help to release that negative emotions.
It's really great because I never heard about organ massage until I actually received one from you. So, and I know that you say that you just said also that the organ massage is very preventative and helps people to live healthier and longer lives. Could you give people a little bit of a sense, like how that works, what organ massage is?
Actually, it's quite simple because our organs, they how to say, they living them life, and they have some destiny. Each organ, yeah, they helping our body to functioning, yeah, by doing them functions. But the problem is that we have humans have a vertical position of the body. That's we're not aware of that, but actually it's give us quite a lot of troubles, because uh, any other creatures, they all have horizontal position of the body, and then the organs don't have so much pressure to move down, yeah. And because we are vertical, then the pressure is going that way, the gravity of the earth is pulling the organs down, and that's actually one of the main thing why we get older and more sick when we get older, and we're not living biological age, yeah? And that's a massage also help to compensate that, and that's why I say we prolong our life, because we put the organs back in the right positions, and we working against of the gravity, and it can simply give us like 10 years extra of living at least, yeah. And if you use another kind of systems with food or whatever to support your health condition, of course, then it's possible 20-30 years older. Because in a different ways, I hear that biological age of human have to be around 120 years. Yeah, like if we count how much we should live, like if you look at the wolf and the fox, yeah, and the different animals, they have biological age, yeah. And we know that like horse living in about 20 years, yeah. We know that the mouse living like 2-3 years, yeah. And it's a biological age, yeah. And we have our biological age is 120, but most of the people hardly can reach 100. And again, one of the reasons is because of that vertical position. And what we do by massaging, we simply give pressure, yeah, like put here on my chest, yeah, like we bring the pressure, we call it a healing pressure. And if you know in which place to bring that healing pressure, that's what actually I teach. And also how long and how to massage, what you can sense, what you can hear, what you can feel. Then you begin to know yourself. Actually, this massage also helps to know more about yourself, because most of the people, they don't know sometimes where the liver is located, yeah, on the right or from the left. And also people get to know organs mainly when they get sick, yeah, when they get pain, when they get discomfort. They say, oh, now I know where's my kidneys, or now I know where's my liver. But it's not a good way of learning, yeah, through the pain and the illnesses. Better to learn when the organs more or less in a good condition, and then you massage them. They are very thankful for that, and you can feel that when they're thankful, you feel that they are really get relaxed. Yeah, they produce hormones, and if you are in stress, they produce one type of hormones. When you are in relaxed, they produce other hormones. And that's like, if in a short way to explain how it works.
Thank you. And I also learned that it can also prevent or actually help tackling chronic diseases potentially. So people don't need to get medical treatments or into surgery. So I think it's a very beautiful way of, preventing disease as well
Yeah,
and
exactly.
treating
Yeah.
disease. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what the system also good for, because when somebody already sick, like I have, for example, patient with the PLS illness, it's like when you get slowly paralyzed, and he was paralyzed like during 8 years, yeah, before he met me, he find me. He was every year get worse, 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 like, and when he came to me, he almost cannot speak because it's paralyzed also his tongue, and he almost cannot swallow when he eat. And when we begin to work, first like couple of weeks, he gets such a big progression, like before he cannot even sit on the bed because his muscles it doesn't follow. And then he begin to sit and stand himself on the bed. For him, it was already a big progress. And then we work for a while, and what we managed to stop progression of that illness. In the last I think 6 years already, he have stable position, yeah, like we make a little bit better, and then from that position he kind of stay. And of course, much more difficult to heal him now, because it's already a lot of damage in the nerve system already there, and to reanimate like restart the nerve system is much more difficult than to prevent. Yeah, if he came to me, for example, not after 8 years, but after 1 year, yeah, we can also stop the development, but he would be in another condition. Yeah, that's just an example that easy to prevent. Yeah, and in my opinion, if you learn by yourself how to do that massage, you can just once in a while, you don't need to do it every day, but like twice a week, for example, and take 15-20 minutes for that, it's already enough to prevent. Because yeah, if you look how many people get sick after 40-50 years, it's really like a epidemic, yeah, with all kind of illnesses, heart, lungs, yeah, the memory is gone, and there's many, especially cancer, yeah. Cancer is most common right now, yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. It's very inspiring that organ massage can be so effective to help people in their, healing as well. And what I also thought is fascinating is that each organ has a spirit, actually. And could you tell us something about that, like how people could actually sort of connect with their organ and their spirit?
Yeah, that's also interesting thing because there was an experiment that if you take organ, for example, out of the body, that exists organ transplantation. Yeah, like if you take organ from one person, that person not alive anymore, but organ can still working for another person for years. Yeah, it means the organs they have like them own life and they have them own spirit. Yeah, but because they're living inside of us, they don't know who we are. Yeah, because they cannot see the human and they only can hope that human exists and they work not for fun but for some big purpose. Yeah, and the big purpose is our life. It's mean they supporting our life. And yeah, for that reason we can separate them like living creatures, the organs. Yeah, and that living creatures they also have them consciousness, they have them on mood. They can be sometimes very sensitive, sometimes they can be very sad or angry or whatever. They have them on mood and energy. And we call them spirit because they have like physical shape of the organ, but also they have energy, and that energy we see like a spirit, and we connect with that energy with, like a spirit. And when you connect spirit to spirit, you can bring healing not only in the physical way by massaging, but you can also bring healing by giving love or giving some nice energy, healing energy directly to the spirit of the organ. And the good thing is that you can feel the resonance, like when you connect to the spirits of your organs, you start to feel that they answering you, they reacting on you, they, yeah, feel your support. And because like we talking about the God, yeah, and we cannot see the God, we say God is all around us. And for the organs is the same, yeah. Where's the human? Yeah, human is around us. And they have the same connection with us. And imagine that the human give them attention, give them love, and give them good feelings. It's like for us, it's the same feeling like you get in touch with the God. Yeah, that's quite important to do.
It's beautifully described how this relates as well with the God and the spirits inside of you, and they all have their own beings and need to be nurtured. So, and I also wondering, like, aside or in addition to working with internal organs, what kind of other healing services do you offer?
Um, I do also shamanic healing, of course, like doing ceremonies, rituals. Sometimes people ask me for a reading, yeah, to do reading. I do healing in a distance, for example, very often for the people. I also do personal guidance. I like that very much because for me, it's important that people get the result. Because when people come just for one healing to me, there's maybe impulse for them to feel better, but most of the time is not enough. And for me, it's the priority to guide people to get the result. Yeah. For example, you have the problem, and then you come, and then we solve the problem. Then we kind of take the path together. For me, that's the priority way of working with my clients, with my patients. Because some of them become friends at the end, because I have some patients, they're not patients anymore, but in the beginning we work very intense and then less and less and less, but at the end it's almost like a friendship connection because we went through many years and I know all them problems, I know what they manage, and yeah, something like that. And of course, it's not the easy way, healing way, because it's life change. I always say, like, if you come for the healing, it's about life change. Yeah. And also, I work as a teacher. I teach, as you know, about organ healing, but also I teach like a year program I have about shamanism. I help people to open them gift of being a healer or shaman, because also many people, they have a gift, but they don't know what to do with it. And that's also one of my tasks, to support people to use them gift. Because on the wolf time, we need a lot more healers. And there's a time of healers now coming. And in my vision, it's not enough right now. And the sleeping healers have to be awake. And I'm waking the sleeping healers, yes, something like that.
It's really nicely said. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And you've been speaking already also about nature and the plants in physical form and also in spirit form. So my question is like, how is nature and all of its allies really integral for your medicine practice, and how is nature important to our health and well-being?
Yeah, we say that nature belongs with Umai, spirit of Mother Earth, and Umai giving us the sense of protection, sense of being secure, safe, and be happy, enjoy life. Simply, if you're more often in the nature, then you get all that feelings that you are safe, that you are secure, and that's very important. Yeah, if we take just generally to be in the nature, and that's why many people, when this coming weekend, they just try to get out of the cities, they try to get to the nature. Maybe they have summer house, they go, and I think it's very important, because inside of us, uh, deeply, that wisdom is exist. Yeah, and intuitively people follow that. And I think it's great, and that's what everyone have to look for. And also we use spirits of the nature, like totems, for example, animals, because we see them as a big teachers for us, and we can learn from them. But the same with the spirits of the plants, they also have a lot of wisdom. And unfortunately, people now, they lose the connection with nature, and nature becoming a little bit scaring for us. For many people, to be alone in the forest, it's very scaring. And yeah, for that reason, I think we have to make some steps to go back. And that's why I support very much ideas of eco projects, like eco villages. Yeah, in my opinion, that's the best way of living, that people move from the cities more to that eco villages, where they living maybe not 100%, but a lot from nature, that they can live in the nature. They have forest around, they have some water place, they have like a small community maybe together, and that's make people much more happy. And in Siberia, it's very popular ideas of Anastasia. It's a Siberian woman which is living in the nature, and she share some ideas, and that ideas is very popular not only in Siberia but also around the world. And I hear that exists that project which based on her ideas all around the world. And actually, my healing center also like belongs as a part of that project, Eco Village. I organize travels, for example, that people can travel with me to Altai, to the mountains, to my healing center also. That's part of the experience, and most of the time I invite them not just for travel like a tourist, but like a pilgrimage travel, like a spiritual travel, because we visit the power places and we do ceremonies there. And I invite people to my healing center for the reason to be healthy, because it's not only my influence, but also nature, because around it's like it's in the middle of the nature, and there's not much civilization, let's say like that. But it's also very healing to be in that kind of places. Yeah, and I recommend people also just to find in the place where you live places, and just simply more often walk in the forest. That can be first step for connection. Yeah, love to walk, and that's already big step further, and maybe in some moment come and live close to nature. Yeah. But with some European countries, it's more difficult. Yeah, like in Netherlands, for example, there's a lack of nature and a lot of fields and houses and buildings. But yeah, in Germany, it's already more easier. In many other countries, yeah, much more easy to find such a place to live in.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, nature surely, is healing for us. And I'm wondering if you have maybe some other thoughts apart from going outside and walking in nature, like how can we bring shamanic earth-based healing into the forefront of people's minds and to bring it more into our daily lives as well?
I think it's good to start, always good to start with the prayers, shamanic prayer. And that's a little bit different than the prayer in the church. If you describe simply, it's a way positive thinking or positive wishing, yeah, like wishing people good, yeah. For example, you go out and you see your neighbor and you wish your neighbor something good, yeah. You wish your friends, your family members, and we call it a shamanic prayer because you really become interested that people get good life, like you wish them good life. You really appreciate if they get good life, healthy, strong, like anything positive, yeah. And second, what can be also quite simple and easy to integrate, just be thankful, thankful for what we have, yeah. And sometimes we're not really aware how much we have. Like we have a sunrise, yeah, we have I don't know, rain, we have like Mother Earth, we have forest, and we can be thankful for that, yeah. Like if you have a good weather, sunshine, you are in the forest, you just remember to say and feel thank you for that, yeah, for the spirits, for the trees, for the animals, for the birds that's singing. And that's also shamanism too, because when you thank you for the spirits of the plants or people or sun or whatever. And in that moment you begin to connect, you become part of nature, you become part uh, of the world around you, and you begin to heal also, because when you wish good, it's also healing, yeah, because shamanic prayer is one of the best healing techniques, and that's what you can do constantly. You don't need to spend special time for it. You're just walking and you uh, pray for the people, you wish them good, you can talk with them and you also can wish them good, yeah? That's how it works. And loving people, animals, nature, that's the one of the simple way to bring healing and shamanism to the world.
Thank you so much. I think it's a wonderful message that you're having here, and we're also coming to the close. So, if there's anything that I haven't asked you that you want people to know, our audience to know about, then feel free to share.
Yeah, maybe I can share a little bit how they can find me on internet. These days, everyone is internet. I also have some resources like YouTube channel. They can see some wisdom what I share in YouTube. I often put some videos there about what I think. I also have a short videos, especially about organs, because a lot of very special information which you cannot find anywhere else in that short videos. I have Facebook page. It's also easy to find, Ahamkara Shaman. What else? Website, also called ahamkara.org. And where else? Yeah, and also online school, because I also teach a lot these days online. It's begin from the Corona time. And yeah, you can see it's called ahamkara.teachable.com. Yeah, this is my online education where I share about a year program of shamanism, like education about organs, what we share a lot of this time. And I have different rituals there too. For example, for wolves, cleansing of ancestral karma, rituals of shamanic death, which is help us to preparing for the death, and it's another big subject to share. Yeah, it's like my wisdom is there. Yeah. Now I have couple of programs. It's for free. People can also join free courses there too.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And you have also generously offered a free gift to our summit audience. Could you tell us something about that?
Yeah, it's actually, that's what we talk about, four big spirits. That's called shamanic map. It's a drum, and the drum is drawing of the four spirits and some other symbols, and also description for that symbols. Like what I say, you can see it on the like image, like painting, and also description under the painting, the meaning of the symbols. And by looking at that gift, you can understand more about philosophy of Altai shamanism. And yeah, I think it will be very interesting for people to look and read about it.
Thank you so much. So for all those of those who are listening, please make sure to scroll down below this video where we will put the link to the free gift and also all the links that Ahamkara was just sharing, how you can contact him and find his website and social media channels. So thank you, Ahamkara, deeply for joining us and creating this time to meet, and for your generosity and sharing your amazing wisdom and all of the beautiful work that you're bringing into the world. And I also want to let the audience know that Ahamkara is also a Shamans Directory ambassador, and he was one of the first who said yes to our One Fire, One Medicine vision. And we're really glad that he is supporting us, even when we were just a concept and not fully manifested here in physical form. So thank you deeply, Ahamkara, for supporting us. And you're very inspiring to the work you're doing and to all of us. So thank you so much.
Thank you too for the good questions, and it was a really nice talk. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And to everyone who's viewing and participating, thank you all for being here with us and hearing the nature wisdom of Ahamkara, who shared it with us so beautifully. We hope you will join us at our next interviews at the Cosmic Fire. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.